Real tennis. It's a great game. There are about 24 courts in Britain. All of them are slightly different. We're the only club that's got two. And the World Championships were held here in April this year. Are quite remarkable. Won by an Australian called Rob Fay, who had been world champion for 20 years until 2 years ago when he was defeated by an American called Camden Riviere. You serve from this side, but here as the server, you've got, it's just like tennis, in that if the ball goes into the net, you lose a point. If the ball bounces twice, you normally lose a point. But it is a game which is actually very athletic, but you also have to have real experience because there's so many ways of winning a point. There's so many ways of having to defend it. So experience, you don't find many world champions less younger than 30. Real tennis balls, with so few people playing, it's not commercially viable for somebody like Slazenger to make the balls. So all the professionals in each of the clubs make the balls in that particular club. It all starts with a bit of cork, which they put inside a plastic bag. They then tie it up so that it's as close to circular as possible. At that point, they put it in here, and again they try and make it a little bit more circular. They then use normal tape and turn it into a round ball and tie it with some black string, and here's the string. So having got to that stage, they then really tie it tightly to get it as round as they possibly can, put it back in that machine, squeeze it down until they've got it circular. And at that point, they cut out 2 pieces of tennis ball cloth. They then hand sew that into a real tennis ball, which doesn't bounce. If you saw the game before, it's always slice, it's always cut. You don't play topspin in real tennis at all because the ball is too heavy and it'll just go straight into the net. And you're trying to keep it as low as possible so that it doesn't bounce much. It started in France, called jeu de paume. Why is it called jeu de paume? Hand of the palm, because it used to be played with the hand. Started in France, in the monastery, and then Henry VIII took it on and a lot of French. Peter Latham was the world racket champion. He was also the real tennis world champion in about 1895 to 1900. He's the only person to have held both those championships at the same time. He became our real tennis professional here at the club, and this picture shows him in his dotage, smoking a cigar in the Dedon, talking to Lord Aberdare, who owned the club at the time, and to somebody called Jim Deere, who won both the squash and the real tennis world championships, but not at the same time. Real tennis, I mean, it is a most wonderful game to watch, is all I'd say.